Hey guys, welcome to Agent After Hours. I am here with Monica Howell to talk about lake life. So Monica, you have become quite the agent in the lake community here in Northern Kentucky. And tell me about just kind of the trip to get there.
Okay, so back in 2017, we had a lake agent. His name was Greg Hicks, and he was a good professional friend of mine. And so Greg passed away suddenly, sort of suddenly. It was kind of a long journey, but anyway, he passed away one day. And so his family contacted me to list his house. He lived on the lake.
Gotcha.
He was the go-to guy for lake property. And so I really felt like that was an honor for them to contact me to list Greg's place.
Sure.
I mean, there were other people who sold some lake properties, but anyway, they contacted me, and so got it sold. It was a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, brick ranch on 23 acres.
Oh wow!
At the lake.
That's a big piece of property on the lake.
It is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so got it sold, and when I was at the closing table, the title attorney said, "Well, who's going to do the lake business now? Nobody's left. It was just Greg." And I said, "I don't know." And so I was all emotional because he was my friend.
Sure.
And I'm selling his house, and I felt so grateful. And Ron Mullen said, "Well, girl, you better do it. If you don't do it, somebody else will." And I thought, well, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know anything about lake property. I always referred everything to Greg. So I thought, well, that sounds like a good idea. So anyway, I just I started doing the lake business.
So what was kind of the learning curve for learning, about selling lake property? Because it's not selling in a subdivision in, Florence.
It's an entirely different animal. So there was a learning curve. You had to learn about septic. I just found out everything I could. I found out about septic. I found out about property lines, surveys, seawalls, foundations.
Yeah.
Most of the places down there were built in maybe the 50s and 60s, so they're just little lake cottages with
Sure.
no heat.
Yep.
Just a window unit for air conditioning. Some of them, and some of them are really, really nice.
Oh yeah.
So it's either all about the house or it's all about the dock.
Yeah. Well, I've got a place down in Norris, and I love your lake. Now, how large is this lake?
It's 350 acres.
Okay, so not a huge lake, but I've seen the videos, and you've done a heck of a job promoting it.
Oh, thanks.
You throw some heck of a party, right?
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Yeah.
So tell me how you have a place down there now?
I do.
And
I felt like I had to buy one to be legit,
sure.
so I did.
Yeah, if you're part of that community, everyone knows you now, and you throw these parties, right?
Well, I don't really throw parties.
You sponsor them.
I like to have fun.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm an idea person,
Okay.
but I'm not a producer.
Okay.
Okay, so all the stars have lined up for me. I'm so grateful, and I believe in universe and karma and doing good and all of that. And I swear, all of the stars have lined up for me, because that happened. Not that was a good thing. What happened to Greg?
No.
But anyway, it was my opportunity, I guess. And so we have a marina down there, and it was just, you could go buy fish and worms and frozen pizza. And so I never did go to the lake, ever.
Sure.
Well, it just so happens my friend, who is also just a phenomenal businesswoman, she's one of my very best friends, took over the marina.
No kidding.
And everything she does turns to gold. She is fabulous. She's got the greatest ideas, but she can produce.
Yeah.
Okay, so she took over the marina. All of a sudden, we had a great marina. We had a bar. We had food. We had drinks. We had live music.
Yeah.
Down at the marina. And so then, one of the other things that happened to me, my son is in one of the best bands around.
No kidding.
So we booked them down there. And it's just been so much fun the past few years.
Oh yeah. No, so I saw the videos, and it just looks like a big summer party. You've got the band playing on the docks, and it's got your branding on it. So tell me kind of how you became the go-to agent, and your business has increased at the lake, and what you would tell somebody looking to get into, a lake or vacation home type subdivision.
Well, don't come to Williamstown. Okay, we got that covered. But I would just say you have to find out about lake properties because they are different.
Sure.
Okay. Then you just have to get people to trust you, and you get people to trust you by being trustworthy.
Sure.
Okay. I don't lie to people. If the foundation's bad, there it is.
Right.
We just talk about it. And so most of my deals have been double deals, which I'm really glad about.
Sure.
And so, but it's because people trust me because I'm trustworthy.
You're representing everybody fairly. You know everything there is to know about the lake, and you're the
Right.
go-to person.
Right. So that's what I would say. I would say go to the marina. Okay?
Sure.
And so Brooke let me put a banner underneath the bandstand. So the band is way up high, and so my banner is down here where everybody, it's like right at eye level.
So you're everybody looking at the band.
Yeah. And
There's
so
your
I've got
info.
Lake, Life, Remax, and then there's me. So I did have this, I had my professional picture, which is really stupid. I'm in a red dress and I'm doing the typical, so stupid. And I realized it was stupid because we were making fun of it down there. So it was like a selfie wall. People would take pictures and they're doing the same
No
pose,
kidding.
and I'm like, oh man, well, I was doing it too.
Sure.
And so, but it was really kind of embarrassing. So anyway, changed that up, and I got a black cowboy hat.
Nice.
And everybody looks good in a cowboy hat, So I changed my banner and I put that cowboy hat on, and nobody's making fun of it anymore. But it's more appropriate.
Sure.
It's more casual and laid back. So anyway, she let me put a banner there. I made a bulletin board that's in the little snack shop
Yeah.
area, and got all my stuff on there. Got my picture on there. She let me put them on the slip docks.
Nice.
But I also promote her. I
Sure.
advertise for her, the marina,
Absolutely.
on my banners.
I reached out to you because I had questions on a place that you had listed, and that was the first thing you told me was about the marina.
Yeah.
So, no, I think obviously having the knowledge of the area is important, but you've embraced that lake culture and you love what you do.
Yeah.
And you can tell you're smiling about it now because
I know, it's really fun down there. Now I'm a lightweight. My limit's 3 beers.
Oh, no.
But I have a really good time on 3 beers.
Sure.
It's really fun. But I also have to behave myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, because people know you in the community, and
Yeah.
it just takes you falling off the boat once for somebody to say, oh, don't know if I'm going to trust
Yeah.
Monica.
Well, you have a little more freedom on the boat.
Yes.
Okay. But at the marina, I need to behave myself.
No, understand completely. So that's awesome. Obviously, love lake life. And again, the videos that you've done, how did you decide, like, hey, I'm going to hire a videographer to do some of the drone work and, record the bands and that kind of stuff?
Right. So we decided we were going to have a Cove concert
Okay.
because the band is awesome. It's called Comfortably Broke. And so we just have so much fun with them. So it wasn't my client, but they're in a really nice cove of $1 million homes.
Sure.
Okay, now this is also a place where there used to be $150,000 homes.
Right.
Okay, so we got one of the guys with the great big dock to agree to have the band up there.
Sure.
So I don't know, we just put it out on the page, and the band was up there, and the weather was good.
Turn
and,
into like a raft up kind of thing. And
yes, and so now it's an annual thing.
that's
And
awesome.
so the beauty of that is they let me do exclusive advertising. I've got my banner. I've got anything I want. I had the balloon out there one year, and I have to pay $300, and that's it.
That's great.
That's all I have to
That's
do.
the best advertising you
Awesome.
could possibly do.
It's awesome. And last year I had those rubber wristbands made
Yeah.
with the band name on it. It's just really fun.
That's
Really.
awesome.
Oh, and we had 2 inflatable bulls that we took, and we just let everybody ride them. It was great.
That's awesome.
Really fun.
No, it sounds like it's a great time. So, has the lake changed over the years to now that Airbnbs or VRBOs are more prominent? Has it become an investment for a lot of your clients that are buying down there?
It has.
Sure.
And so the second place that I sold, sight unseen, but it was one of my really good clients who happens to live at the lake.
Sure.
So he's my go-to. I call him first every time.
No kidding.
And he'll say, "I'll take it," which I love. I love when he says yes.
Sure.
And so he bought that one and redid it. I think that was one of the first Airbnbs down there.
Wow.
And that was just a couple of years ago. Now there's probably 20.
Wow. And how many houses?
If you can find them. Now
Really?
you can't find houses.
Yeah, you told me some of the numbers on how you went from, 2 to 8 to 16 and back to 2 because inventory. I mean, rentals are obviously great, so
Yeah.
the investment opportunity doesn't exist for a lot of people because people are enjoying it.
Right.
They're getting to enjoy the lake house as well as getting to enjoy their investment.
Correct.
So, and that's why we bought our house, and I would love to have something closer.
Yeah.
Your lake's perfect.
That's the beauty of Williamstown Lake. It's 45 minutes from Cincinnati.
Yeah,
You can go for an afternoon
Yep.
and go home.
I could go for a weekend
You can go
so
for a
easily.
weekend. Yep.
As opposed to when I go to Norris, it's a 4.5-hour drive. So
That's a weekend.
that's a long weekend, and then you're exhausted when you get home.
You're gone.
Versus 2 hours would be nothing for me. So if you find something, let me know.
I will. I got you in mind.
All right.
Now that last one that I told you about was fabulous.
I know.
It was fabulous. I could not believe it.
Well, and part of the problem that I'm finding is my value at Norris has doubled,
Oh yeah.
but I can't find anything else. So
That's the
it's
problem.
doubled, but so is everything else, and I'm kind of like, I'm just going to play the waiting game for a little bit.
Well, the way I got mine is I went there for a listing appointment, and as soon as I walked in, I
You
was
knew
like,
it. You knew it was the
How
one.
much did you want for this?
I'll take it.
But I was fair with them because
Sure.
I had the comps with me. I knew
Absolutely.
what it was worth, and I gave them what they wanted.
Yep.
Cash.
There you go.
Closed in 2 weeks.
Can't beat that.
No, you couldn't beat it.
Well, Monica, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
And if you guys want to check out her lake, it's Williamstown Lake. I always get this wrong.
It's Williamstown Lake. They've got a web page. Really, you got to get on my Facebook page, and so you have to ask to be my friend. I mean, I just don't let everybody on
Sure.
my page. I don't know. I just feel like it gives me this much control.
Just a little bit of edge.
Yeah, and so people want to be on there. They want to see what's going on. You know?
Absolutely.
So,
Well, if you're thinking about
you
Williamstown
can ask to be
Lake-
my friend on Facebook if you want.
Reach out to Monica on Facebook. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.